All right. I'm just going to say sorry up in advance if you clicked on this video due to some weird hashtag that I may have put in my video that probably has nothing to do with this video whatsoever. So I'm not trying to catfish anyone. The whole reason I've done this is because I've been watching a lot of videos on SEO. My name is Dustin Taylor. My company is divinityvirtue.com. And if this video came across your feed, I am literally telling you right now, I might cover some of the points that I hashtag, but I'm probably just going to talk about myself and my life, to be honest. That's just who I am. So anyways, let's just make up some hashtags to see if this plays with the algorithms. That's all it is. So I'm not trying to sell anyone anything. I want people to come to my course, which will be based on habits, triggers, life paths, and career goals. I went through a spiritual awakening, I don't know, 3 years and change ago. And just out of the blue, I decided to wake up and go, all right, God, I'm going to give you my soul. You know what? I will change my ways. I will not judge others. I will try to be the best version I can be. And I'll try to just live life as it should be. Okay? So, the interesting thing about a spiritual awakening is that you have to go through the dark soul of the night. And it's it's a it's not a fun process. So you essentially everything that's ever happened to you in your life from your past will eventually come back in your thoughts. And instead of changing your thoughts, you actually have to go through the emotions and understand the event. You have to go through all the emotions again, and even if it triggers you, you still have to go through it. So what you do in a spiritual awakening is when these events and these thoughts come to your head, you are going to sit there and you're going to think it through. You're going to go, well, why did this happen? Okay, how did I feel about this? And then you're going to say, well, why did this person do it to me? Or whatever had happened. And you guys say, okay, what were their thought processes for them to do whatever they did? Okay. And then once you can understand that everything in your life is already set up. And the reason I say this is because, sorry, it's 22 degrees and I'm freezing and it's crazy, just to be honest. So, 10 years ago, I went to a psychic. And everyone's going to say, oh, we've heard this story a million times. But here's the thing, is I'm really going to tell this story and I'm going to tell everything in my life right now and do all these hashtags just because I want to see if it plays with the algorithms. I really need to market my company. It's officially open, divinityvirtue.com. And so I'm going to be a health and wellness consultant, and I want to teach people how to be better. So when you go through a spiritual awakening, and the reason it's interesting because I went to a psychic, my life had come crashing down. And I asked her, I said, will I ever fall in love ever again? And she goes, yeah. I said, okay, like how? When? And she goes, in Australia. And I go, well, I've never been to Australia, so I'm going to find my wife in Australia. That doesn't really make sense. And I go, what does she look like? She goes, brown hair, brown eyes, and has to be 5'1". And she says that 3 times and looks me in the eyes. And I said, well, that doesn't seem like anything I would date. And she goes, no, it's 100% different than what you would date. And I go, okay, is she good looking? And she goes, nope. And I'm like, so hold on. I'm going to go hit on someone who's not good looking and I'm going to fall in love? That doesn't really sound like me. She goes, no, you're going to fall in love with the heart. And I said, what does that mean? She goes, you're going to fall in love with the heart. And I go, okay, so what? Like, it's just going to happen. I'm going to fall in love with the heart, but she's not good looking. No, you'll think she's the most beautiful woman in the entire world. Be her best friend. And she said that 3 times. So, coming through my spiritual awakening, I go, okay, I wake up and I go, I'm going to quit drinking, quit sleeping around, quit gambling. I'm going to get rid of all my sins and addictions and give my soul to God. So he puts me through the ringer. And so the first year I'm sober and I'm doing everything that I said, started working out. So I went from 400 pounds. I'm probably around 200 pounds right now, maybe 205, somewhere around there. And I changed my habits. I quit drinking, quit sleeping around. You know, I just said, okay, like I want better in life. I want to be able to travel the world, see different cultures, try different foods, and just experience life. I'm 39 years old. I got 2 degrees, one in finance, one in economics. I got 13 designations behind my name. And in the last 2 years, since I got my finance degree, when COVID happened, I went back to university for a finance degree. Nobody has trained me. So now I'm building this entire company step by step. I don't have a lot of money, so I'm trying to use resources and do it the right way. But in a finance degree, they teach you how the rich get rich. It's a lot of steps and processes. And the reason I say this because I have to do a wire transfer. And it's interesting because my bank account's going to be in the Bahamas, but I have to do a wire transfer to Spain just to get across the red tape. So it is what it is. So, it's been a very interesting journey because once I went through that spiritual awakening and I decided to give up everything, I've learned how to control my energies. And I've gotten so good that I could open up my chakras to every different type of energy, and I have a lot of stories that will come from it. I can close off my energies so that only certain people can actually come through and talk to me. And that may sound very weird, but I also do believe I might be a spiritual healer slash empath. And the reason I say this is there's way too many people who come to me out of the blue and will tell me their life stories. And 9 out of 10 times, it's not normally probably a good story. It's probably just something that they're trying to get off their chest to be, I don't know, probably more in tune with life or just to digress whatever is going on. I don't know why people tell me things or whatnot, but I do understand that I can digress it and I can handle whatever they say are the emotions, and I know why it's coming because I have a very open heart chakra, so I can take it in. So let's go with some of these like hashtags just so that I can be somewhat legit and so that this video doesn't just come across as me trying to sell myself, which it is. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not lying. So let's go with like hashtag Diddy. Seriously. Okay, if Diddy and Usher and Bieber, just saying, open up that, open up those files. And when I'm going to say files, let's go with Epstein. I'm just saying, you open up those files, every domino, I bet you falls. I bet you. But they won't open up those files. They don't want to, there's always going to be somebody who's a scapegoat. Right now it's Diddy. So hashtag no Diddy. Let's go with the Israel Gaza war. We'll do a hashtag I don't know, Israel Gaza war. I don't really know. I'm not too sure what that's all about. to be honest. I do follow God and energy and spirits, but I don't believe that one race should be superior to all others. Because in my head, every different country has learned how to either build their homes, different types of food, different types of languages, different types of education and technology. That I believe that if we all worked together and put every culture and differences aside and took whatever we could learn from that country that we supposedly hate for whatever reason, and they taught us how to do this or do that, and it made everyone's life better, I would think that the whole reason we're here in this different world is to bring people up and build the world up. The world's always going to be around. We will not. So quit fucking with the world, okay? Just saying. Let's go with Ukraine and Russia. You know, how long's that been going? 3 years since my spiritual awakening, February 8th or something. That I was watching shit go down, or February 18th or 28th. I don't know what day it was. It was February something. And I'm thinking, okay, I've looked at those books, and I could be wrong. I just go down the Google rabbit hole. I am a finance major. When Trump was in power, there was a clause in the saying nobody can give money to a neo-Nazi group. Okay, I could be wrong. This is just speculation. Okay, I just went through Google, so whatever I'm saying, it's on Google, and it was something like $400 million a year. So that's 1.6 trillion went through Ukraine to Russia. No war. Just saying. Trump got out of power, and that neo Nazi clause got taken out of their books when Biden got in. Just saying. Trump might have been mafia styling his money, the US's money that way. I don't know. Just conspiracy theory. I just read through Google, looked at the financials, and I don't know. So let's go with that one. We'll go with hashtag Trump money. I don't know. I'm probably not going to remember all these hashtags. So we're just going to keep making them up, and hopefully I throw out like 10, 15 hashtags, and this blows up my video, blows me up, and hopefully it gets some traffic to my website so that I can start helping people to actually be better. I'm not saying be like me, but maybe could take tidbits that worked for me. It may work for you. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. Let's go with another big controversial thing going on in this world. I try not to really pay attention to the world because I'm going to tell you it's fake. The world's all fake. Everyone has to do their dirtiness. They have to get their hands dirty before you become clean. That's how it goes. And like I can tell you, even in my city, there's lots of times that my city is just very gangster ridden, drug ridden. Pretty much every hustle that you could think about, it's in my city. So let's go with some more interesting things. In the last few, let's go a few months, just because I want to explain this. So in a spiritual awakening as well, when you take, like, say you were to come up to a light, and if you have to go right or you can go straight, right? You got two different options. And say you come up to the light, and instead of going right, something in your body says, "Hey, go straight." So you're like, okay. Like I'm still going to get home, but I'm just taking that different route. Why am I taking this different route? So I go up, and this guy ends up giving me $300. He goes, "You're the guy," and I'm going, "I'm not the guy. I don't know what guy you're talking about." And he goes, "No, no, no. I had these guys say that there's going to be a guy that's coming back who's going to get my money and get paid." And I said, "I'm not that guy. I'm being upfront and honest with you, but I'm not stupid. If you're going to give me $300, I'm going to take it." So he gave me $300. I'm not that guy, but I was upfront and honest. And I'm thinking, why did my body tell me to go straight instead of taking a right? It was for the $300. So in the last few weeks, I've been finding a lot of weird stuff. I found a whole Mickey of vodka unopened. I found 7 lucky beers today. So let's hashtag this one as alcohol. I don't know. I don't know. But it's been a very interesting process. So this whole spiritual awakening put me into a second and a third path. And when I try to explain to people that you've already set out your life, and the reason I'm saying this is because that psychic, when she told me everything, my first path, I went to Australia. And the reason I went to Australia is because I went to Thailand first, made lots of friends, and they all go to Australia. So I followed them. I followed them to Australia. I'm in Brisbane. I'm in the bar. This girl comes up to me. She goes, "Oh, you sound Canadian." And I go, "I am." And she goes, "Huh, where are you from?" I go, "Take a guess." I have lots of ego. Lots of ego. And she goes, "Edmonton." And I go, "Edmonton? Yo, leave me alone. Go away." And then she actually left. And then she comes back and she goes, "You're from Calgary." I go, "Much better. Thank you." Anyways, end up talking. And I go, "How tall are you?" And she goes, 5'2". And I go, "No, you're 5'1". She goes, "No, I'm 5'2". I go, "5'1". Show me your ID. And she goes, "Okay, I'm 5'1". Don't tell anyone. I like to tell people I'm 5'2". I'm going, brown hair, brown eyes, 5'1". Thinking, holy shit, I'm in Australia. The psychic told me this, and it actually is coming true. Yeah. She ended up having some guys hit on her later on. I got jealous. And that is how story number 1 ends. I end up coming back to Canada. Stuff happened with my family. So I come back, take care of my family, be a good grandchild, whatever, and family member. And now we come up the story too. 3 years ago, a year before everything starts happening, I give my soul to God, but when I say I gave my soul to God, I also asked for stuff back in return. Truest friends, true connections to get me ahead in this world, and the truest form of love. So he did. He gave me the truest friends. And here's the thing. My buddy's going to watch this one video, so you are in this video, and I'm sorry. But, we've hashed it out. So me and him, he's a very much of a Sigma male. I'm very much an alpha. Even our zodiac signs don't match. And I told him, I said, "You're going to shaft me. You're going to be the person that shafts me. I know this. I know this." I said, "Our signs do not lie." I say, "If you're that 1% that doesn't, I will be very, very impressed." And he goes, "No, I'm that 1%. I'm that 1%. And I said, "Then you got to believe everything I tell you. Because I'm going to tell you, I know how to get ahead. It's just, I don't know how." Does that make sense? Like, I've had so many tries, so many times to get ahead. And I watch people bring me back, bring me down in life, just try to ruin me from getting ahead. And that's where I see how people work in this world. And it's a very sadistic way of thinking, because at the end of the day, there's only 2 things you should love. You gotta love yourself first, and then you gotta love the man upstairs. Other than that, everything comes after that. But do it responsibly, do it with like respect, make sure you have good karma, because I did a lot of shitbag things and I got a lot of bad karma right now, and that's okay because I know I have to pay for my karmic dues in order to go to the top. But I'm going to do it the right way this time. Even if it takes me, so far it's taken me 6 months to get this business fully going, and I'm still got one or two things left to do before I can do trial runs on all my friends that want to do a trial run. But it's a step. I can't force anything because God is not going to let me. I've tried to do this so fast and so quick, and you'll watch in the last 3 years, I've just had every loss taken, everything, and it's crazy. And I'm going, oh, I can't get ahead, but you know what? Every day I'm going to strive. The world's going to beat me down. I'm also going to beat me down. What one day, all this bad energy and bad karma will be turned around because in my world, everything goes from a high, a low, and there's always that even middle point. And when I get there, I'm going to tell you, I've taken every loss in this last 3 years. My highs are going to be higher than high. Speaking of which, so I decided to get this jacket with my name, and the guy screwed up on my name. It's backwards and everything. But this side, he did right, and I'm just thinking, nothing I can do about that because that's just a life lesson saying things happen. At least I got a jacket that has my Divinity Virtue logo on there. It also has the back done up. So I'm going to try to get my advertising going for Stampede. So let's do another hashtag, Stampede 2024, Divinity Virtue, Health and Wellness. I'm just seeing. I'm not talking too much about these things, but I just want to throw all these hashtags out, tell who the story I am, tell what my company is all about, and just see if this works. I'm really not trying to play the game, and I'm really not trying to catfish anyone. I'm being upfront and honest with who I am. And I'm doing these hashtags just because if this is what SEO marketing is all about, and I've watched this, I'm going, this is what I'm learning. And it's not that I'm trying to make money overnight and get rich quick. No, YouTube's not even my thing to make money. Nothing like that. Right now, I'm trying to show people how to build a business, build a brand, build yourself. Because if everything's already set out, I'm going to tell you right now, these last 3 years have been absolute hell for me. Spiritual awakening, my second path, fall in love with the heart. She's a twin flame, okay? And everyone goes, oh, twin flame, yeah. No, it's not like that at all. It's one of the worst relationships you can ever have because you fall in love with something that is the other half of your soul. And in the world, nothing breaks evenly. So whatever half of my soul that she got, it's dark. She can say it's not. It's dark. That means the other half of my soul that I fell in love with, she's Satan. And if she ever watches these videos, I'm sorry. But you are the most toxic person I have ever come across in my entire life. Not only did you hurt me, not only did you make me cry tens of thousands of tears, you hit on my friends, you you put me into 6 different party situations with people who are actual fucking gangbangers. You have a drug addiction that is so bad. People talk about the stuff you do just to hurt me because they know I like you. Not even like, I was going to be your ride or die, girl. You don't even realize this. And I said, okay, God, you know what? If this is what I'm supposed to fall in love with, and I'm supposed to protect it and love it and show you that I am willing to be the best version I can be so that I can get married, have kids, build a legacy, and change this world, then I will do whatever it takes for that little girl. And guess what? I did. And not only is this the weirdest part, but she put me through so much hell. Breadcrumbing, gaslighting, manipulation, making out, hitting on guys in front of me, And I'm just thinking, huh, you're my twin flame. And I'm going to tell you right now, today is June 9th, okay? 7 o'clock at night. I know that all my drama comes back in September. And you're going to say, how do you know this? And I'm going to say, because I live in a small town where the summer, everyone dips. Come back September, everyone's back. Here's the difference. I tried to make this business so I could run as fast as I could and get out of here legitimately. And it seems like nothing went my way. I'm going to tell you, I should have been out of debt in these last 3 years 10 times. But it seems that every time I get a job, it lasts for 2 weeks to a month, and then I get fired. And I'm going to say, you know what? This is the reason I had to open up a company. Because I've been fired over 100 times. And it's getting to the point that I know I'm not a good worker for others. I'm a good worker with others. And people are going to say, what does that mean? Apparently, I'm a shitbag of a worker. Honestly, I don't like to give you 8 hours of work. I'll do it. I don't want to talk to most people. I'll do it. I'd rather just show people how to be better versions of themselves. And if you actually want to work on the steps and the processes, I want to give my attention to people who want to do that. I'm going to tell you, being good is the most difficult thing in the world. My hands are so clean now. I'm going to tell you, I get into more trouble and more drama with clean hands than I did when I was a shitbag alcoholic. It seems like anything I do now is more scrutinized than when I was just being a fuckbag. Being honest. So, you know, I'm going to tell you, this twin flame, she comes back. You're going to tell me that she's going to come back. She's going to have all these sorries and regrets. And then she's going to go, oh, but I was young. Okay, sure, you are younger. That's the twin flame dynamic that me and her have. It's the age gap. I'm 39. I know how old she is. I get the age gap. Oh, well, I need to make sure that you were the right one, and now you're the right one. Oh, okay, so hold on. You went through all these other guys, probably got used and abused, went through your addictions, and now that you're probably at your lowest low, you're going to settle for me. Oh, okay. So when I was at my lowest low, having a spiritual awakening, sobriety, weight loss journey, understanding that this is all made up, the 3D world, we're just here to experience the highs, the lows, the emotions, and then do whatever God wants us to do to build up the planet. That's it. So when I'm at my lowest and you're putting me through the ringer, you're hurting me, and I have to wake up every day and go, okay, so the truest form of love is going to hurt me worse than anyone's ever hurt me. You bossed me up. You bossed me up so fast and so good. It sucks for everyone else now. Like my friends, it's funny because that one friend that I'm talking about, I told him he has to follow me. And I said, the reason I like you, bud, is because I'm you, but I was 100 times worse. And if you can learn from me quicker and faster, you'll get to the top faster than I ever could. He's got this potential. But you know what he did? He ended up falling. Oh, sorry. Like I said, I'm cold. He ended up following the other group, which makes sense. Because at the end of the day, if you're a sheep and you fit in, nobody pays attention to you. If you're a wolf and you stand out, you got attention from everyone, whether you want it or not. Okay, here's the deal. I got One, one true friend, and he had to learn this, and he had to learn it hard. And I put up boundaries with him, and I pretty much said to him like, hey, like if you got problems in your life and you think it's because of me, no, 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 no. Here's the difference. I am a spiritual healer. So if you don't like what comes through me, I'm that mirror to you, which means I'm going to bring out everything that's in you. You're going to look at me and go, oh, I need to fix this. And it's not me. I'm telling you, if it is me, I will gladly say, hey, I'm sorry for whatever I've done, or if I cross boundaries. I'm not that type of person who really wants to hurt people. Well, that's not true. I lied there, and the only reason I said I'm going to lie there is because that little twin flame, there's one conversation that she has to have with me, whether she likes it or not. And everyone can go, why do you talk about this twin flame? And the reason I'm bringing this up as well is because I have a friend in Australia who a few days ago decided to just come at me out of the blue. And he goes, like you're working out, you're eating healthy, you're building this company. And then when I ask you how things are going, you go, well, you got trouble with this twin flame and soulmate. And I go, don't ask about my life then. Because you know what? I don't talk to people as it is. I keep my life on a very much of a down low. Nobody needs to know what I'm up to. Everyone likes to talk. Everyone wants to get into my business and either bring me down. Nobody's bringing me up. The people who are bringing me up are very select few. And it's a very interesting ride because I'm looking for my soul tribe. True connections, true friendship, true love. My true connections, they've all dissipated except for one. And he might be my gamble in the spiritual awakening through Africa that will make me king. If it doesn't work out with him, then I know that my third path is straight to Australia. And you can say, how do you know your third path? Well, psychic has really much told me my third path, as well as a medium. A medium came up to me one night on a Wednesday. And 2 days before this, I had told my one friend that I had just talked about. Here's the thing with him, he went to the crowd. And I had to pretty much end it with him and say, hey, man, if you're going to join that crowd, join with them. I'm either 100% all in or nothing. And then when he left and he realized, he goes, the only person who was actually there for me was me. So he came back and he goes, game recognizes game. He goes, you're different. He goes, I get it. He goes, it's tough being you. He goes, you live a different life. You don't fit in with anyone, but you fit in with everyone. And you're watched. He knows. People know. I'm going to tell you this. People come up to me and go, you're different. And I go, I know I'm different. I'm chosen. I was anointed by God. I just didn't understand it. I didn't understand I was a spiritual healer empath back growing up. I didn't understand any of that. I understand it now, but it means that I live a very lonely life. Very. You think I'm going to find love? Maybe. I'm going to tell you, I can't take a twin flame into my life who's hurt me so bad and brought me so low that when she comes back in September and says, oh, I love you, I want to give you my heart, I want to work on things. Okay, in a God world, I'm going to have to forgive her for everything that she did. I can't forget. And at the end of the day, God knows this. He just wanted to test me. He wanted to see if I was ready to step up and do whatever it takes. Because when the times that she was breaking me down, I was praying to him, still asking for forgiveness, still asking why is he putting me through all this. So you know what? That little twin flame, you're going to come back, and I'm going to have to hurt you so politically correct. I wish that you would just watch these videos. Because then you would know in this next year, don't come back in my world. Don't even come anywhere near places you know that I'll be. Even if your heart wants me now, stay the fuck away from me. And the reason I'm saying this is because for me to move ahead in this world, to have better mental health, be a better person, even though I truly love you, stay the fuck away from me. And the reason I'm telling you this is because you need to work on yourself as a person. You're toxic, you're fake. Like the things that you did to me are some of the most disgusting things I've ever seen someone do to someone else. And if that's love, I'm going to tell you, you grew up in such a disgusting, shady environment that that's not love. And I'm going to tell you, even though I may not fully know what love is, my family's always been a ride or die. Granted, we do a lot of shady fucking things. We know a lot of shady fucking characters. But for the most part, our hands are getting clean. Our hands are clean. Be honest, my family's hands are pretty damn clean now. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to ride in the fake lifestyle. I'm not going to do the Lethbridge hustle. I don't like construction. I'm not that guy. You know what? The only time I want to work hard is at the gym, making videos, helping people get ahead. I'm good. My hands are clean now. My hands are clean. But I'm going to tell you. So he learned. My buddy learned. And here's the other thing is some of my other friends, and this is really what sucks because one of my other friends, he um he hired me all summer last summer. And his girlfriend now, either she ended up getting fired or quit. So me and him were supposed to work during the winter doing snow removal, and he tells me, "Oh, hey, I'm going to get you into a machine. You know, like you can do this. I'll pay you, blah blah blah." And then he ends up giving it to his girlfriend, and we don't get any snow, so I'm not shoveling snow. I'm not making any money, but his girlfriend gets paid for the month for being part of the machine crew. And I'm thinking, okay, like God, like I don't have any money. Like I'm hustling now. I'm trying to do everything legit. I'm and that's the interesting thing about a spiritual awakening. He only gives you little tidbits. But everyone wants everything now. And I get that. And that's the hardest thing to learn in a spiritual awakening is patience, discipline, and control. And that little twin flame, she broke me down hard. So I said, you know what? I wasn't mentally strong. I was a little bitch. I'm still a little bitch. You know what? I don't like spiders. I don't like mice. I don't like hard work. I'm a bitch. But you know what? Mentally, I know that everything he's doing to me is because I'm going to tell you, I am that 1%. You guys can believe me or not. It's happening. I'm telling you guys, I am that 1%. And if I have to work construction, if I have to do this, if I have to do that, I will do it. I understand that. But here's the thing with my friend, he's like half in and half out, which really sucks because there's certain times that I know he'll go out and drink when I was working with him, and he'd go, "Oh, we're working on a Saturday," but then he'd be hung over for half the day, and I'm thinking, dude, I can't work now. Like I've already gone to the gym. I'm bagged out. I'd rather just work on something else. But then I go, like even though I was working for him and there was opportunities where I should be completely debt free. And I get it. Like he's hired on his girlfriend and they help each other out, which is a good relationship. That's fair. I understand that. It just sucks that that relationship comes at the expense of me. And I go, okay, you know what? He gave me hours here and there. He helped me get ahead. He hooked me up with a guy named Chris Campo. This guy built my logo, which is beautiful. It's a beautiful logo. And I asked him for a lot. And you know what? He didn't charge me much. He charged me $100 because it was a friend of a friend. So I gotta say thank you because you know what? That logo probably could have cost $1,000, maybe two. He put in a lot of work and a lot of effort, and I'm not easy to deal with. I'm not. So I really think that guy. And if you want to get your logos done or anything, find Chris Campo on my Facebook. He's a gem. He's a good guy, you know. And then I'm thinking, I was walking to the gym the other day, and right now I'm in a huge cut. I'm doing 3 hours cardio every day, 45 kilometers, 4,200 calories. My diet's clean. I'm really trying to get this down so that by July I could show people 400 pounds to maybe 190, maybe 2 pounds of fat, a stomach fat left before a six pack. And I'm going to tell you guys, it's not easy because to get the six pack, you have to get rid of every bit of fat on your body first before you get the six pack, because the six pack is the last bit of fat. Where do you get fat first? You get fat on your stomach, and then the fat moves through your body, and that's how you get fatter. And I gotta tell you right now, 22 degrees and I'm cold. I'm not going to do well as a skinnier, leaner guy. But you know what? The path leads to me to either Africa or Australia. So that second little path, which is the twin flame, I do have to have one more conversation. And I've learned to build up my mind and my mentality and my strength because I know that for me to work out 3 hours a day takes mental strength and aptitude and capacity to change my eating to the cleanest diet in the world, mental strength, build a business from the very bottom and do it in every step, mental strength. And I'm going to tell you right now that she's going to come back and she had a chance to be with me. And now I'm going to have to say, with mental strength, hey, I love you with all my heart. You broke me down. You played too many games. You fucked around. Now you find out that I am the 1%. This was actually a spiritual lesson for you to go into your dark soul of the night, level the fuck up, and you would jump timelines. But you didn't. And if you did, I doubt it. I doubt it. Really doubt it. Her paradigms are so big. The fact that I did my paradigms, I did because I knew the ending. And I know the ending, and this sucks because the ending is I'm marrying my best friend. And it's funny because my best friend just got back into a relationship with a guy who cheats on her. But you know what? Women don't want to date me, they just want to take me home. And here's the thing, when I was younger, yeah, I wanted to get laid all the time. But now, I just want to get in love, build a legacy. I want to show that I can do something in this world that's so big, it changes the game. And people don't understand this, but why those people who are billionaires, who are running the world, they've done something. And I understand what they're doing. And I'm nothing. I'm a nobody. I got the mentality now of the 1%. And I understand the game. And if this happens, I'm going to tell you something. I won't be rich for 10 or 15 years. After 15 years, I'll be making $100 million a year. And after that 10 years, I got one idea so big, so big, so big. If done right, you know what? You will all remember me for being a nobody, but has one idea that's so big that it changes the entire world. The world. Doesn't even matter. You will all, if I do it right, it's over. It's over. All the rich, all the elite, I'm dead. I guarantee I'd be dead if I can get this one opportunity going. There's no way they would let me do it. No way. It'll be interesting because God, if I'm full of shit, I'm full of fucking shit. And I'm going to tell you right now, the fact that a medium and a psychic, oh yeah, the medium. Did I tell you guys about the medium? Comes up and hugs me and goes, I go, whoa, whoa. Normally she just takes jabs, like, pokes fun of me, and she goes, yeah, I wanted to hug you for like 6 months. I'm like, we don't hug. She goes, yeah, I wanted to hug you for 6 months, but you've had a demonic child attached to you, bringing your life down. And I said, yeah, you see my life? He's doing a fucking good job. He goes, yeah, I can see your past lives, now, your future. I can see you in your next lives. I go, my next lives? I'm coming back here? She goes, great. And I go, why'd you hug me now? And she goes, well, you have a cute little dog attached to you, and I wanted to hug you. And I go, huh. I say, you can see my future? I go, what do you see? She goes, tell your friends and your mom to quit fucking cock walking you. And I said, what? She goes, yeah, you're not moving to Dubai. You're moving to Australia. And it's funny because 2 days before, I was telling my one friend and my mom, I'm thinking of going to Dubai. She goes, no, you're moving to Australia. She goes, you would have done really good in Dubai. She goes, your mentality and your personality, you could take over the world. She goes, you're going to Australia. She goes, I go, yeah, where am I going to Australia? With what? With who? She goes, with your best friend. She goes, you're not marrying your twin flame. She goes, you're going to marry your best friend. I said, oh, really? What's my best friend's hair color? She goes, blonde. I go, interesting. So, blonde best friend, you know what? If you watch these videos, please hurry up and come into my life. My heart is open to you. You told me you loved me one time, and I'm going to tell you, my heart skipped a beat. So, either you come into my life, or Satan comes back into my life. Either way, please. I don't need any drama. I just want to build up myself, be the best version I can be, so that when I have kids and leave a legacy, it's a whole different ballgame. That's all I want. I'm not looking for anything for myself anymore. I'm done with that. But I do understand the game, and which means that I do have to take care of number one. I'm going to tell you something. If my secret path is Africa and things line up, it's over. It's so over. I'm going to tell you, I could probably change the entire world. And people who think that Africa is going, yo, what's in Africa? Just trust me. Trust me. Because if it lines up, great. But I'm also going to tell you, if Africa doesn't line up, and my goal is just straight to Australia, either way, me and my little blonde friend, if it's not her, something just tells me I can't get out of debt quick enough. I can't get customers quick enough. So I'm going to hashtag the shit out of this video and say Divinity Virtue, Trump, Gaza War. You know what? I'm going to also hashtag Greg Doucette. And I want people to go look at him on YouTube. Because you know what? When I started going through my weight loss journey, that guy's videos, he is 100% upfront. He doesn't lie to people. He even tells people that he's on steroids. He's got a doctrine in kinesiology. I'm gonna hashtag him because you know what? He also knows people's like body fat percentages. And you know what? I'm gonna throw it out there because he always goes, whatever you think your body fat percentage is, add 5% to it. So I'm going to say, I think I'm 18% Greg, so I'm probably 23% body fat. I don't know. Maybe he can tell just by arms and face. I don't want to show you my chubby ass stomach because let's be honest, it's still a cottage cheese roll. And you know, I want to hashtag David Gobbins Because you know what? That guy is fucking amazing. His mentality, he's gone through shit. He's gone through so much shit. And the fact that he does it the same way every day and then I copied him, that guy's a G. So straight up, good on him. Good on him. And you know what? Since we're talking about G's and we want alphas, hashtag Andrew Tate. You know? The Tate boys. Those guys are alphas, you know? Just even watching how they did their marketing, he knew about OnlyFans was going to break out and be big. He's just like a modern day pimp. It sounds so weird, but I guess he had 5 girls that he took pictures for because of who he was, got them so big in OnlyFans that it was making them something like, oh, I don't know the exact number. Say it was $10 million per girl, and he was taking 50%. Like, so they were making 10, he was making 10, and he had 5. I think he had 5 different women at the start. So he was making $50 million a month from these 5 girls. They were making 10 mil, and he just blew up. So people started blowing him up because of his lifestyle. Here's the deal: I don't even need to be blown up. Like I don't. I'm a poor hood rat with 2 degrees in a spiritual awakening, just trying to be the best version I can be. So, is there anything else that I could hashtag this out? You know, I'm sorry about the fake news. Hashtag fake news. I just want to be the best version I can be. That's all I know. I'm coming to change the game. This world, there's too much chatter. Gotta get rid of the chatter. There's only things you can focus on. There's 4 things: whether you move, whether you eat good, what your thoughts are, and your second response. If you can learn to control those things, it's over. It's over. Game over. But I'm gonna tell you right now, that little twin flame, it's over. Play with the bull. Get the horns. It's over. I'm changing the game, people. Whether you guys believe this or not, I'm going to show you guys how to be the 1%. I'm going to show you how to build a company from the start. I'm going to tell you right now, I just have to pay for like search engine optimization because I've been watching all these YouTube videos. This is how they do it. And I don't know if this will work. That's why I'm hashtagging all these weird things. I want this video to just to blow up. And the reason I want it to blow up is because I need customers who actually want to come through my company and help each other. It's a health and wellness company. Okay? This is my goal. I have gone through a spiritual awakening and I'll be going through a spiritual awakening for the rest of my life. I used to be 400 pounds. I'm probably 205 right now. I'm 6 feet tall. You know, I got 2 degrees. I've been a shitbag, and I didn't do shitbag things that would have got me into jail, but I did shitbag things as a person. I didn't always have the best intentions. I always did what was best for me, whether it was for the story, the ego. It was just a way of me masking who I really want to be, who I really want to be as a person. You know, sobriety's hard. Not being a fuckboy's hard. Not doing quick things to make quick cash is hard. But I'm very blessed. I want to be, I don't have hair. It's too bad. I used to have beautiful long hair and I always shaved it off. And my mom said, "You're going to be bald one day." I said, "No, no, you guys all have hair." Yeah, I'm the only one in the family who got bald. Cool. So I'll never have hair again. And I even use Rogaine. And I still shave my head. It is what it is. I just want to be someone who follows God, spirits, energy. I smoke pot. It is what it is. I'm sorry. But that's probably the only thing that keeps me calm in this world. I do 3 hours of cardio a day. So for the rest of my life, I have to base my life around health and fitness. I have the cleanest diet in probably the entire world. I can show people that with discipline, motivation, and focusing on one day at a time, we can all get rid of our habits, our triggers, and be the best versions we can be. So, this was a long video. I'm going to tell you guys right now that it's going to be fun. This is Divinity Virtue, okay? This is me starting a brand. This is Dustin Taylor. I'm upfront, I'm honest, I'm telling you who I am, you know? I can tell you right now, I have a lot of friends who go, it's hard to be your friend. And I go, why? And they go, it's like you're just on a different level than everyone else. That's sad. Because if I'm on a different level, then what level do I have to be on to have real friends, real connections, be successful? Because you know what? I have all the right tools, but I got nothing. I'm a nobody. I'm a nobody. You know? I got success. I got black belt in karate. It's amazing. It took 7 years. 7, 8 years. You know, I used to be one of the fastest pitchers in baseball. Like I couldn't even tell you. I think I was throwing 82 miles was my fastest when I was 15. I was a great third baseman. I was a chubby boy, but I could hit the ball and run fast. You know, I played football. Nobody ever liked me on their team, which is weird because I gave it my all. Gave it my all. And when you put me on a field, I'm that type of person that goes 0 to 100. It's game on. That's my whole mentality. It's either I give you 100% or I give you nothing. I can't do in between. I'm just not that guy. And you know, I'm going to tell you, this is going to be fun. Anyways, so I'm going to show you the back of my jacket because, you know, I might as well show what I paid for, even though it's not the best. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see the logo. That's the logo that Chris created. Anyway, sorry about the ass shot and almost the twerking. So this is Divinity Virtue. My name is Dustin Taylor. You gotta take your losses before you become the boss. Try to be 1% better each and every day. Try to help others to grow, succeed, be the best versions they can be. Everything happens on divine timing. God bless. Amen. I'm the 1%. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to help people become better versions of themselves. And these videos are meant to show people just the truth, just to get it out there. Because you know what? Here's the thing. I, I got, I live with my grandma. She's a therapist and counselor by trade. I could go upstairs any day of the year and tell her my problems and whatnot. And I've decided that I'm not going to be that person. I'd rather just explain it to you guys over the internet, tell you how I feel, tell you my thoughts, tell you how I think I'm going to handle things moving forward, learn from the experience from that day, digress it, and let's go. Because you know what? This game's a tough game, but I'm going to tell you, if you do it the right way, and you do a little bit of energy things, and I'm telling you this because I'm going to drop $1,500 in this next minute, and I'm going to tell you, it's going to open up another door for my company. And the only reason I know this is because every step that you put out there in the world goes, all right, I'm going to give you a little step to keep going and keep going and keep going. It's like that teaser that if you want the whole entire world, you better work for it because it doesn't come like that. But I'm going to tell you, it'll give you little snippets. It's like drugs, you know? It's a little fix to keep you going. That's life. I'm going to tell you, if you can play with energies, you learn how to control your energies, it's a whole different ball game. Once again, God bless. Amen. DivinityVirtue.com. Please check out my socials. Let's make this happen. I want people to just try my course. You know what? It's a 4 to 6 hour course. Might help you, might get you a little bit further ahead. If it doesn't, by all means, you know what? It was just a thought. God bless. Let's go. Dustin Taylor, Divinity Virtue.